Maybe I should record this. Okay, fine, I'll record this. If YouTube lets me upload it, I'll record it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube, this is nothing but a... oh dear, they're off the map. This is nothing but a test of the Starfighter locomotion. What you're seeing right here is me plus 2 medium AI versus like 2 or 3 medium AI on the new map that Cass has made, Kasderan. It's basically a wide open battlefield, very much inspired by the Man of War franchise. And we're calling the game mode Frontline for now. Now, it's not necessarily going to be about the map, though. This will be a great showcase of how the longer range combat and the larger maps are going to affect the combat. I'll just let the AI duke it out. The thing we're going to be looking at right here is the Starfighter movement on the ground. I am going to cut that deceleration, because my god. The game ignores the minimum speed tag on the Starfighters, which causes these disgustingly low movement speeds when they're idle. It's really quite bad. So we're gonna have to wait for a bit for the AI to get moving into their plans. The AI moves with a couple plans right now, and the way it works is that they mostly prefer infantry at the very start of the game, and then eventually they'll start mixing in other units. Let's actually try to do a little bit of fighting here with our Thai boys. Snipe their vehicles will give our team a pretty decent advantage. We do have bombers right now. You're not supposed to be able to build them this early. I just disabled them for testing purposes. See, that is the deceleration that I absolutely hate. I have to lower the deceleration again. I might. Shield the tanks. The T-1B tank buster. Really annoying piece of shit. Yeah, see, that's what it's supposed to look like. And they go around the long way and get a decent strafing. They don't lose sight of the target. It's pretty easy for TIE fighters to do, because their vision range right now is absolute shit. See, we changed that. Everything you see here is still very much a work in progress, so don't judge the book by the current cover. Ah, there we go. They have X-Wings. Okay, now we might be able to get that dogfight going. Alright, let's see if that's, okay, there we go. See if that's gonna work. Let's send our boys. Send the boys, and we'll see how this dogfight works. I haven't tested this yet. Oh, they're still going slow as shit. They can accelerate. They can accelerate. There they go. If your units are not moving, that makes them very easy to hit. Especially air units are very easy to hit when they're standing still. It's when they get up to speed and they're turning. That they're an absolute nightmare to actually hit. Now, X-Wings are very sturdy. I am kind of ganging up on them. Let's try 2v1 instead of 4v1. Don't seem to be too interested in actually hitting me. Also need to set up a mouse collision override, so these are a little easier to select. Are they not going for my towers? No, they seem to be more interested in the ground targets. Bring over an AA gun here. As you can see, units are a lot more durable. Air units don't just vanish. That is part of how we wanted to set them up. They don't instantly vanish as they do in vanilla. The air units are more supposed to be a more durable kind of support unit, instead of in vanilla where you can just shoot them down with like one or two turret. Of course, they're also pretty quick. They're fairly slow to turn, and the idea here again is that a lot of the durability comes from the fact that they can evade shots, and a lot of the better AA units have fast moving projectiles. Also stuff that I'm now trying to test with, such as unit height, which also affects the enemy's ability to hit them. Let's actually move in some of these bombers and see if we can do some with these. They're fairly high above the battlefield, but their bombs have no problem hitting the target. Let's see if we can take out that turret. Air units are not so good against anti-air turrets as you might expect. See if we can cover for these. There we go. There we go. We did manage to take it out. 2 bombers are quite powerful. If they build more, they do have A-wings. They're not building any of their air units, which is fine by me because we're dominating the skies right now. 2 bomb units, very powerful. Currently, the only bomb unit buildable is for the Empire, the TIE Fighter. The Underworld has the cloak shape that fires torpedoes instead of bombs. Moderately effective, not as effective at splash damage as the TIE Bomber with its actual bombs. Just might need to increase the fire cone again. Go, let's see if we can hit some tanks. There's a nice clump. Yeah, this is really effective against infantry as well. Are they gonna fire? Nah, not at the infantry, not unless you give them a attack order. But they will make short work of these clumped up infantry units, which otherwise is a serious problem for you. Because infantry is no joke. Oh no, they're right next to the X-wings. Let's see if we can get the fighters on it. As you can see here, you can also select the units from the top here. Basically just helps in selecting your units. Again, I still have to set up the collision overrides so you can actually select them there. Obviously, you shouldn't have to pause in order to select your stuff. I'm surprised these are still alive, actually. Of course, the elevation helps a lot with keeping units alive. As I said, the unit height and such is something that's contributing to their durability. That's also why these units are much slower and also less maneuverable, not just because they're TIE bombers, and obviously they should be, but also because it makes them more easier to hit with the elevation. Other than that, though, units like infantry and tanks generally have a very low chance of actually hitting these units. Again, the elevation helps there. They do have a bunch of A-wings. I don't know where they are. They're much... there they are. They're much lower to the actual ground. And they're also incredibly fast. They're much faster than even TIE fighters, and TIE fighters are already pretty quick. When these get accelerating, and they can do barrel rolls too, as you might be able to see. They can even evade air turrets. Just firing in a straight line.
Attack formation.
TIE fighter, over. Standing by, sir. I'll deal with the scum. Reporting in.
I'm detected.
You can see a couple of Imperial troops trying to storm the town. Rebellion is dug in pretty well, though. There are a couple turrets. A lot of these buildings are garrisonable, by the way. I don't know if they have any units in here right now. They do. I do have a couple of bombers to flush them out. Again, I'm not really building anything right now. This was mostly just a fighter test. But it's a nice showcase too, because the combat right now is... It's different from what you normally see in Empire War, but I have complete faith that people are gonna like it anyway, because it can turn into complete madness. But with larger maps such as this one, it's also quite nice, really, the gameplay. And again, I have a lot of faith in people eventually liking this a lot, because I don't think too many people have tried this. Yeah, alright. If we can make sure that that A-wing doesn't get on us, we should be able to get out here. Oh, that is a juicy clumpy See if we can carpet bomb that.
Man down. Requesting medical.
There we go. We are getting hit, but I'm not breaking off the attack. We're already too deep. Oh shit, we're not dropping bombs. No, we're not dropping bombs right now. Can we hit that? Come on. Oh, there we go. Ooh, very nice. Try to support this madhouse over here. Again, I mean, they last for a long time by design. The air units, they're quite durable, but they will go down. Don't just neglect them and think whatever, they'll last forever. They most definitely will not. Oh, we got the X-Wings elevating their height level to engage the TIE bombers. Have any TIE fighters we can use to try and deal with that guy? We do. We're also attacking that thing. It's really annoying. Oh, it's another juicy clump. STXs aren't going to be able to hold that. Well, I mean, there is a decent amount of infantry around here. Have some pretty good units here. Stormtroopers and everything. That shit we're going after. Yeah, the TIE bombs can keep them, or the TIE fighters can keep them busy. Bombers can just be general support. And as you can see here, despite the fact that they live for a very long time, saw a deflection there. Despite the fact that they do last for a long time, and they are clearly very effective, even bomber units are not really the be-all end-all of the ground combat. Despite the fact that they are clearly good, they're not going to be able to rule the battlefield by themselves. They're amazing support units, but they are that. They are support units, and without your tanks or your infantry, you're just going to lose ground. It's that simple, and with the ground, you will eventually lose the game. So anyway, I'm gonna keep testing. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.